Today's episode, we're going to solve a problem. Alright, as you already know that I do a lot of work with American Legion. I'm down at Post 116 over in Fuquay-Varina. They are our charter for our Cub Scout pack. Very dedicated to the pack. And what we're going to do today is do a service project. Every time I go down there to cut the grass, we have a maintenance crew that does the actual grounds of the Legion, but I've pretty much taken over or taken on the responsibility for the grounds down by the lake. So around the Cub Scout pack, the campsite, the recreation area, they got an area down there that we actually do a lot of ceremonies. I try to keep that cut. We have a lot of people, a lot of kids that go out there and go fishing. I try to keep it cut low enough to where they can at least see the snakes coming. So that is protecting my scouts. It's also protecting a lot of our Legionnaires. Just real quick history about myself. I have never been in the military. My father was in the military for like 28 and a half years. My older brother was in the Navy and then went into the Air Force Reserves. I got aunts, uncles, military family through and through. Just me personally chose a different route, so I did not go into the military. So some of these things that we do for the American Legion are some of the things that we try to give back to the ones that fought for us overseas. So what we're going to do today is a service project. So when I do go down there and cut the grass, most of the people that are down there do follow the rules, and they are conscious about the environment, and they are conscious about the environment in general. But a lot of people aren't. When I go down there, I cut the grass, I weed eat. This is what it looks like when you weed eat around the American Legion right now. Not a happy time. You got to take the whole head off, completely undo it. So one thing that we do not have down there are any containers for the fishing string. They get caught in trees, they get caught on the bottom, they break the line, they curl it up. What you're supposed to do is put it in your pocket. You always want to leave with more things than you come there, right? So you leave with everything that you brought in, plus whatever somebody else forgot, all right? We don't leave any trace, so definitely leave the rocks and the animals and the skeletons and stuff like that. Leave them be, all right? Just bring out what you bring in. So what we're going to do today is build a fishing string trash can, pretty much. Now it's not going to sit this high because it would be kind of crazy kind of get up this real high. So we're going to sink this down into the ground. So what we got here is you just got a simple lid. You stick your fishing string in there and then you close the lid up. Now, being that this is a service project for the pack, we're going to put, pack 75 and paint it up there, or whichever fishing string dispenser, whatever. And then when it's ready to dump it, you stick your bag underneath. You're going to pull your little pin, and then it'll dump all the string right out. So that's what we're going to do. And I love using reclaimed wood. Now, all of this, I'm just going to build it with stuff I have laying around the shop. So there's no sense on going out and buying a bunch of expensive stuff when you already have stuff available that you can use. So let's build this. A couple of things too. We're using hinges. Now these are door frame hinges. Eventually they probably will rust. I don't think these will. These are a little bit of the higher end sort. I picked these up from my old neighbor. Awesome guy, awesome family. He changed out all of his, I think, to silver or something like that, so we had all these left over, so he donated them to the pack. We used them for toolboxes. If you saw that video, if you didn't, go check it out. It was pretty cool. And the ones that we had left over, because apparently he had a lot of doors, we have some left over, so we're going to use that, one on the bottom and one on the top. So yeah, I think it will look pretty good. We'll have right now I'm only going to build, I think, 3. So I got this one as my prototype. I have 2 more that we're getting ready to build here. And I should probably need about another 2 more, but we're going to start with these 3 and see how they work out. If they get torn down, vandalized, whatever, then we'll look at building some more. So anyway, let's get started. All right, so this is everything you're gonna need. You're gonna need some reclaimed wood, or you can buy regular store-bought wood or whichever. I went ahead and cut these down to size. I still gotta cut them down a little bit more to be able to fit, but we're gonna have our stem, we're gonna have our box. You need some sort of nail gun. You can use screws, you can use regular hammer and nails. I like to use nail guns because they're a lot easier and a lot quicker. You're gonna need hinges. So I just have 4 of these. I also have these little packages. These were actually left over from all of the toolboxes that we built with the Scouts. So it has screws to screw these in. It also has my latch right there to actually hold the bottom section. You're gonna need a couple extra pieces of wood so you can do the top lid and also the bottom lid, so that you need a little bit extra there. You're also gonna need all important safety glasses. We need a drill or screwdriver, and what we all love, some glue. All right, now if you have watched the toolbox episode, you notice I'm missing something. The sander. I am not gonna sand this thing. It's a pain in the butt. All right, let's start building. All right, so the design of this is actually a lot closer to the toolboxes as far as how we're going to be setting these boxes up. Now, there is an order that you must do these first. So right now we are going to do the post first, only because we need to take this and nail it to the back of the board first. Got to learn that the hard way on the first one. But we're going to make this look fabulous. Let's get rid of this garbage. Don't like garbage. All right. So we're going to take our glue. Now, just a couple more details here. This is only a 2-inch. Just rip these down on the table saw. Real quick, 2-inch there, 2-inch there. This one here is only 1.5 inches. I didn't want to make it too big on the back side because then it just won't, I didn't like it. So we're going to take our 1.5 inches and we're going to put a bead of glue down. And the glue is drying up already. Here we go. I think I need some more. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. Shuggy, shuggy. Oh, party foul. I got messy with it. Let's take it all the way down. There we go. Yeah. Messy, messy, messy. Alright, so we're going to take our boards here, our 2-inch boards, and we're going to put it right on the edge. And then we're going to take our nail gun and slap a few rounds in. There we go. Now what I like to do is actually I'll put a round in one side and I'll go all the way down to the other end. Put in there so you can actually line it up. These are reclaimed boards, so they could be a little bit warped. But these aren't too bad because I did rip them down. So you can kind of cheat that way. Alrighty, put a couple more in. There we go. Alright, so we got ourselves a little board here. Now we're going to sit this over here. Now usually when we do the toolboxes and these type of things where you have, this one's on top of this one, and then this one was going to be on top of the other one. This one I'm just going to put them both on this side right here. Because I want to do it. It's my show. I can do what I want. I'll do a little South Park here in a minute. I'm gonna do some carting. Whatever, whatever. I do what I want. A little more, a little more. Bang! Alright. Actually, speaking of movies, my wife, my CFO, sorry, and my wife, she actually said she wanted to watch a movie called Be Cool tonight. So I need to hurry up and get this done. I love that movie. Because The Rock is hilarious. With his blue suit and his red boots. I do believe it's called The Boot Barn. boot barn is right across the street from the pawn shop where all the Russians are. One of the best quotes ever. What do you tell a guy that has 2 black eyes? Nothing. He's already been told twice. Awesome movie. Loving it. Alright, so we got our boards here. While we're letting that dry, we are going to rip these down so that it will be a little bit smaller. Now, there's 2 reasons why we're going to rip these down. One, because we want to make sure these sides are straight and true. The other reason is that when we make our lid, we want the lid to be the same size as the box itself, or maybe even just a little bit bigger so the water will actually go over it instead of in it. So, I'm going to rip these down. Be right back. Alrighty. Sorry it took me so long. I had to wait for my blade to stop rotating. Because if you saw the other video, I still don't have a guard for that. I need to work on that. So, what we're going to do for now is we're going to take our hinge, because we need to make sure that we get these boards at the right size. I don't have a pencil. I know. Let's go get to our tool tower. I love my tool tower. It has come in handy so many times. Thank you, Reese. That was an awesome Father's Day gift. So, we're going to take, let's flip this guy around. So we're going to take our backing leg, which will be dug into the ground. Go back to my tool tower again. Now we're going to try to center this up as best we can. That's about 2 3/4, and this is right at 5 inches. So 2 3/4, huh? So we have 1, 2 1/4, so 1 1/8. 1 1/8. Yeah, go ahead and comment down below if my math is really off. It's okay. I still love you. Okay, so we're gonna size this baby up, make it look all nice and pretty. Alright, so the line that we made with our hinge, we want to make sure that this back board is not higher than that line. So I got my thumbs on the line. Should be in good shape. I'm gonna get a little extra room just to make sure. Alright, so we're gonna take our pencil, we're gonna make a little line, because that's right, we need some glue. I love my glue, even though it's just about out. And I know you've probably seen on a couple of the other videos, I'm gonna keep referring back to those until you watch them all. My camera crew is not with me, and actually I was kind of hoping they're going to be with me on this project, but like good little boys and girls, they're sleeping. At least they better be sleeping. So I'm going to put a couple rounds in here. There we go. Now here's going to be the annoying part, and the only reason why it's going to be annoying is now I got to build it while wheeling this darn big thing around, but that's okay. It's okay. I'll get my next piece out of the way. Alright, so got our boards. So what we're going to do is, wow, I totally messed that up, because I am not going to be centered, because this board's going to be here and that board's going to be there. But you know what? This one's not going to be centered. But it's okay. You live, you learn, and try not to make the same mistake twice, because that would be annoying. Because right now I'm annoyed, but I'm not going to do it on the second one. Well, I guess it'll be the third one now. More glue. Go to the board. Go ahead and line it up. Nice and pretty like. Little staples. Now, for the keen eye, probably notice that I'm using a staple brad nailer rather than my finishing nailer. Now, if you remember on the other videos, that I'm sure you've already gone back and rewatched. I totally understand. I have, every time you hit the nail in, sometimes it goes that way and that way. You always had to take it off. Such a big pain in the butt. So I actually went out and bought some new brads. Well, they're kind of like staples, but they are long enough to do the job, which is awesome. But they're not too long that they are flying out all over the place. Uh-oh, got a warped board. See what we can do about that. Hopefully I won't go through my finger. There we go. Alrighty. Glue. So let's see how bad this really is. It should only be a ½ inch off. Because I should have added another ½ inch. But guess what? I didn't. That was the sad part. Sorry, I'm gonna go cry on my cereal later. Actually, I'm gonna go cry in the car. And it was because Debo stole my chain. And no, my grandmama didn't give me that chain. I love movies. It's just too bad my camera crew is too young for that movie. But it's an awesome movie. Highly recommend it. And you don't even have to watch it on a Friday. But it's still a good movie. Alright, well, that was quick, easy. So now we have a box, and we got a lid on, we got a stick on the back. And actually, it's not too awful bad as far as the alignment. Might be able to get away with it. We're gonna find out. So, let's put a hinge on the top. Looks like garbage. Hot garbage. But it's okay. So open these up. Oh, really? Found it. I know you were worried. Don't be worried. Don't worry your precious little heart about it. Whew. It's hot up here. Alright, so we're going to put a hinge in. And actually, I'm only going to put 2 screws in each side. It's not like it's going to hold up a giant door. So I think we're going to be okay. Thank you. Thank you. Alright. So we got one on top. So the one on the bottom is going to be a little bit different because it needs to hinge off the side. Because if it hinges off the back, it's going to hit the back post. So we don't want to do that. So let's grab ourselves a board. We're going to stick it up there. Line it up and make it look pretty. Put a mark. Cut it. There we go. So we got our board. Let's stick this under here. Look at that. Beautiful. Alright, so now we're going to put our second hinge right in the middle of this one. Now we're going to sit there and hold it just like this because it needs to go all the way over and we don't want it to pinch while we are putting there. So a couple of other things you might think about to maybe improve this process. I'm not going to do it on this one because I don't really feel the need for it. Is that you could recess and actually hide the hinge. I don't really feel the need for a project like that. My biggest concern would be the you know, the service part of it. So we are service projecting this out. So that's what I'm worried about. There we go. Stick another one in there. There we go. Now this should fall. It's a little stiff, but we can fix that. Alright, so now we're going to roll it over. Folds down, folds up. So now we need our little hooks. There we go. So what I like to do is actually put the first one, the little eye hook, in the bottom board, because that's what's going to be swinging around. And I'll put the other side up here only because I didn't like the way it looked the other way. So this is kind of a soft board, so it will just start pushing and twisting. There we go. There we go. So we're going to line this up, and really all this is just a little hook with an eye hole. Easy peasy. And like I said, this was a leftover from the toolbox project that we had. I believe it was Baloo the Builder for bears, actually. Now, as of the other day, I'm the Arrow of Light den leader now. That's going to be a whole big slew of fun. A lot more camping, a lot more hiking, a lot more of letting the boys be the leader. We're going to have them go ahead and dictate what we're going to do, what we're going to learn. I might actually get some of them to actually do some of the teaching. So it's going to be good. There we go. Nice. Nice. All right. So really all we have to do is put a lid on this thing and we are in good shape. Where's my board? Got my board. All right. So you know how when you just kind of think everything through, at least you think you did? Nope. I didn't. Because I have a tendency of overthinking it. Now basically what we did to the bottom, we got to do to the top too. I didn't do that. I just screwed it in, which did not work out in my favor. But it's okay. Like I said before, we're going to adapt and overcome. Just like what Clint Eastwood said. Heartbreak Ridge. That's right. I believe Mario Van Peebles was in that one as well. Good job. Alright, now let's stick this baby on there. Alright, so on the front, it is actually going to be hanging over a little bit. And the reason why you do that is just to make it easier to lift it up, to be able to put your fishing string in. That one was actually on purpose. Get on it. There we go. Bam! Oh, one more screw away and I am done with this guy. Bam! Look at that! Bring it around. There we go. Whew, sweating. Alright, so I do have a couple of rounds that I did miss. Oops. I think it'll be alright though. But we're going to cut those off so that nobody will cut their hands or whatever. But anyway, yeah. Open the lid, stick your fishing string in, comes out the bottom. Alright, so I just noticed that I pretty much cut my head off on most of this episode, but you pretty much get the idea. So the biggest thing that we try to do here on Five Lakes Garage, trying to inspire you to do something, to get out there, figure things out. Go up there and look at an old fence. Don't look at it as being an old fence. Just look at it as, you know, I can build something out of that. Let's make something useful out of it. And go out and do something extremely simple as fishing string trash cans. Now the only thing we have left is some stenciling over here. We do have the one of the Scouts' parents actually runs a shop. I was gonna give them a plug, but I gotta ask them their permission first. So anyway, we'll get out there, build, enjoy. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I do read them all. So anyway, get out there and keep building. Later. Hey, remember when I said I messed up on the hinge on top? I didn't. I put the other one on top. It's supposed to go on the bottom so that it'll hinge up and leave like a small slant so the water can come off. But anyway, but yes, this is the second one. And guess what? It's not lined up. Yes, I messed up twice. But it happens. It's okay. Things happen. It's gonna be okay. Don't get all worked up about it. Don't tear it all to pieces. Just get out there and do it.